Two steps and you catch me.
What's like the option? I don't think.
Yeah,
Actually, no. That one I'm not afraid of. I'm afraid of like those velociraptors.
The birds?
No, the velociraptors.
Over there?
Yeah.
The little ones? The ones that look at?
Those are fast. This one, I feel like I can bottom them.
Right over there?
Yeah. Because like think about it. This one, I feel like I can throw it. I feel like I can big. Those actually I can't.
You can outrun them.
No, it's not about outrunning. It's about breaking.
I think
Like that, I can share my
What's the one with the little partial? Don't make me feel pain. Right? Yeah, you're gonna stop again for like a good minute. Oh, that too, yeah. Imagine burning it like he's a burning. You're gonna feel all
Actually, no. Can't last 35 minutes.
I know, just, boom.
Because after a while, it's easier. Actually, no. Birds?
Without even flipping the articulated dinosaur. After that, we just hauled back out to a trailer.
This is pretty good.
I don't even like going in the water right now. These things are so alive.
It's crazy with the.
I think if we were alive with these dinosaurs, we'll live with them. Like
live with them?
Yeah, it would just be like if it was a lion in a cage or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like
But you don't.
a mountain lion or
You can't
something,
survive against a lion.
or a hyena or something. Yeah, but like if they ain't gonna attack you, like
I guess that one's just kind of like a crocodile.
Crocodiles technically.
crocodiles too,
Yeah, crocodiles technically dinosaurs. Crocodiles are long.
and a turtle.
Oh yeah, turtles are dinosaurs too.
I have turtles, bro. I got my connection.
Joe has two dinosaurs at home.
They're slow, but
That's true. No, they're pretty fast. Yeah. Huh.
Can you go back there so I can take a picture?
Yeah, give me a second. Look at this big old long one.
Look at the huge one.
That's pretty tight.
I have a new guided tour started where the globe is eating a what? It looks like a T-Rex eating a Triceratops, but it isn't. Count the horns. That is T-Rex. Count the horns on the Ceratops. How many? There's only two. This is a brand new dinosaur. We are the only ones in the whole world that has ever found it. It's a ceratopsian that lived before Triceratops. And the dinosaur eating it is a Dinosaurus that lived before T-Rex. So since these dinosaurs lived at the same time, our people in the back lab put the little one in the mouth of the other. And on both of these dinosaurs, we found all the bones that are colored red. We found almost all of the bones on both of these dinosaurs. Yeah.
I like how all the dinosaurs are like by each other because they like to kill each other.
Yes. These two lived at the same time. So
They like to
our
kill
guys
each
in the
other.
back put the one in the mouth of the other because this probably really happened. Because we know T-Rex like to eat Triceratops. They're made from real fossils. Are you guys wanting to tour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to be starting a tour now. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Dinosaur Resource Center. My name is Lindy, and I'll be your guide today through our world-class museum. We go on digs every summer, all summer long. We go to North and South Dakota, Montana, Kansas, and Texas. We always find fossils. We know where to look because of geologic maps, and I'm going to explain that over the map in just a few minutes. So we bring all those bones back here to our full working lab in the back. We have the largest paleontology lab in the United States right here in Woodland Park. And we'll be looking into the back lab at the end of the tour. Okay.
Nice.
Our main business is to go out and find all of this, and then to bring it back to the largest paleontology lab in the U.S. and mold the bones. So we remove the rock from the bone, we mold the bones, and we sell them to other museums. We sell the cast. Our work is in over 175 museums around the world.
Nice.
We also sell most of our real bones. After we get the dinosaur to the point where we can make the cast, we usually sell our real bones to other museums, unless it's a one-of-a-kind or something like that. Now, do you know what the word dinosaur means?
Mm-mm.
The man in the picture with the hat on, Sir Richard Owen, coined that word in 1842 when he first started finding some teeth and some bones in England. And in English, it means terrible lizard.
Oh, wow.
Back in the 1800s, they thought dinosaurs looked like long lizards. They were even trying to put the bodies together, the bones together, to look like long lizards. We've learned a lot since then.
Nice.
Now these globes show what the world looked like even before the dinosaurs were here. We didn't always have the 7 continents that we have today. A very long time ago, there was one big massive supercontinent, and we call that Pangaea. Then it separated into 2 land masses, and then 5, and eventually into the 7 continents we have today. At this point, Antarctica and Australia are still connected. Now, look how the ocean water covered a lot of the land. You'll see North America with an ocean going from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up through Canada and up to the Arctic. It's called the Western Interior Seaway. And it's because that ocean used to be there that now today we can go to Kansas and find fish and sea creatures. Almost everything in our back marine room we found in Kansas.
Nice.
Now, there are different theories why the dinosaurs became extinct. The theory with the most evidence is that a meteorite struck right where the bullseye is. That is the Chicxulub impact site. Under the water, there is a hole in the ground over 100 miles wide.
Oh, wow.
Scientists have measured it. It would have taken about a 6-mile wide meteorite to make a crater that big, and an impact like that would have caused massive global destruction, tidal waves, earthquakes, volcanoes. But most importantly, enormous amounts of dust went clear up into the atmosphere and blocked out the sun. With little to no sun, the plants would die, the plant-eating dinosaurs would die, eventually the meat eaters died also.
Wow.
About 65% of the creatures on Earth went extinct, but a lot of the creatures lived through it. What can you think of that lived when the dinosaurs were here but still lives today?
Turtles.
Turtles.
Alligators.
Alligators and crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the insects we wish would have gone extinct, like cockroaches and mosquitoes, that dragonflies lived in and they live now. So a lot of the creatures lived through it, but the dinosaurs all died. Some scientists think that the dinosaurs were very picky eaters, and they may have just stopped eating after all that happened.
That kind of makes sense.
Do you have any questions?
I sure do. Is there any type of like theories that like the landmass will break up more or go back together?
Well, one of the guides that's more scientific than me that works here says that even before that they were broken up. But I'm not sure if that's correct information or not, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Cool.
Steve, Haley told me that even before it was all one big landmass, it had been broken up before.
Yeah, so because of our Earth is made up of plates, the crust, it's constantly moving. We just can't tell that it's constantly moving, but the layer that is our crust is always shifting around. So a lot of scientists actually predict that eventually, over millions and millions of years, the continents that we have today are going to reform into one continent again. So it's very likely that even before Pangea was here, that there was more continents that were spread out.
Wow.
But then again, we don't know.
True. Thank you.
Any more questions?
No, I think.
Okay. The reason we have giant palm trees outside of our museum is because when the dinosaurs were here, the world was tropical. And we actually had palm trees in this area. This is a gray cast of palm leaves, and it's from Golden, Colorado, which is just a few hours from here.
Oh, wow. So fossilized palm
This
leaves?
is a cast, but yes,
Wow.
fossilized palm tree impressions.
Wow. That's cool. That's neat. Nice.
Now look up. That is a brand new species. We are the only ones in the world that has ever found it. It's a little ceratopsian that lived before Triceratops, and it only has 2 horns. It's a juvenile. We know it's a juvenile because of the positioning of the bones in the head. The ceratopsians' heads would fuse together when they became adults. So our scientists in the back lab can tell that this is just a young one, just a juvenile.
Nice.
The one eating it lived before T-Rex. The one eating it is the Spletosaurus. They're about 10 million years before T-Rex. So these dinosaurs lived at the same time. So our guys in the back lab put the one in the mouth of the other because this probably really did happen.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool.
Every dinosaur gets a nickname by whoever finds it. This one is Ava, and we named it Ava because at first we thought it was an Avaceratops. Our guys weren't able to get it out of the ground right when they found it. So they had to wait till the next year to go back. And we knew it was safe because we have paid our landowners for use of their land and signed long-term contracts. So all winter they were talking about going back and getting Ava, the Avaceratops.
Nice.
They went back to get it, started studying it, and realized this is not an Avaceratops. This is a one-of-a-kind, never found before ceratopsian.
Wow.
And as tour guides, we're able to say that for about 2 years, and it was killing us because we wanted to tell people.
Uh-huh.
But we had to send off information to all the other museums and wait for it all to come back. And then we had a big unveiling of this dinosaur in our front room with curtains, and all the
Cool.
news people were there and everything.
Oh, wow.
Only one in the world.
So this is the only museum that has it in the world.
Well, they might have a cast of
Oh,
it,
okay, that's
but
true.
we found the only one in the world.
Wow.
So we do have this dinosaur ready to wear. This is a cast right here.
Wow.
So when museums order this, they get the cast,
Nice.
not the real bones.
Nice.
But we do sell most of our real bones to other museums. This big dinosaur, the Spletosaurus, we had to work on it for over 10 years to get it to the point where we could make the cast. Once we got it to that point, then we sold the real bones to another museum.
Nice. Nice. Is there any like other dinosaurs out there that you can't mention that could be the only species found?
About 6 to 10 brand new dinosaurs are found every year.
Wow.
Dinosaurs have been found in every state in the United States except for Hawaii. And Hawaii was formed later by volcanoes. And they've been found on every continent in the world. Here in Colorado, over 40 different kinds of dinosaurs have actually been found. So about 6 to 10 brand new ones every year are found, but scientists think we have found less than 1% of what really lived.
Sheesh, I bet. I bet.
I like your questions. I'm happy I can answer them.
Thank you. That's cool. That's cool.
So this one's name is Ava. The
Ava.
big one's name is Pete the Third. The man who owned the property's name was Pete. His car had a license plate that said Pete the Second. So when we found the dinosaur, we named it Pete the Third.
Cool.
Be sure and watch the movie in the back corner. It plays over and over every 8 minutes. It shows us digging up this dinosaur. Then it shows our people in the back lab putting the little cast in the mouth of the other. So be sure and watch that.
Nice. All right.
So Pete, we think, died of natural causes.
Okay.
Pete had a lot of illnesses that even humans get. And so this dinosaur, we think, just laid down and died of old age, natural causes. This one had osteoporosis, it had had gout, it had had a lung infection that spread into the ribs, and it had dish in the spine, which is that's where the ligaments start turning bony. So we think this one just laid down and died of old age.
Well, that's kind of good. At least it wasn't killed or anything.
I'll tell you the story about T-Rex when we get over there.
All right.
It's a totally different story. Now, this one, we found the lower set of ribs, the gastralia. And so that's another reason we think it just died of natural causes. Because you usually don't find it. There's 2 different kind of hips in the dinosaurs. And if they have that big pubis bone, they're supposed to have that lower set of ribs. That's called a Saurischian hip.
Okay.
And usually it's missing because that's right where the predators would have gone to rip open to eat the organs. So that's why it's usually missing.
Nice.
Now, if you were going to go looking for dinosaurs, you would probably have no clue where to go. Come this way and I'm going to explain.
All right. Oh, cool.
We use a geological map. A geologist goes all over every state and they test the rock that's right at the surface. We need to go to where the Mesozoic age is at the surface. So we use a map like this. Now, the Mesozoic era had 3 periods. The Triassic, when they first began, the Jurassic, when the longnecks were here, and the Cretaceous period of time, the period before the meteorite hit. And our owner likes that last period, the Cretaceous period. On a map like this, you're only going to find dinosaurs in the cream colors and the green colors. And our owner likes the period of time when T-Rex was alive with Triceratops and the duck-billed dinosaurs and Pachycephalosaurus. So on a map like this, we go to the light green.
Nice.
Isn't that interesting?
That
That's
is
how
very
we know where
interesting.
to go. And then we have to make sure our landowners own their own mineral rights. And then we sign long-term contracts with them so we can keep coming back. Because of rain and erosion, you might not find anything one year and then you will the next. We have about 40 landowners. So we don't even really need to find any new ones. We can keep going back to the ones we already have. So they go to where they know the Mesozoic age of rock is at the surface, and then they look up and down the canyon wall. We like to go to areas that look like the Badlands. It's just easier to find anything. In fact, we don't even dig right here in Colorado. Harder to find anything on a mountain or a pine forest. So we like canyony areas. So they look up and down the canyon wall for a claw or a tooth or a rib. And when they find something, then they start digging. There's no equipment, no special equipment that's been invented that can tell you that there are fossilized bones under the ground.
Wow.
So we just have to go to where the Mesozoic age of rock is at the surface and then just look with our own eyes.
Wow.
And they find things on almost every single dig.
Nice. Is there any breakthrough equipment coming up that helps you kind of guys like find certain I hear that they have like that what is it, that penetration, ground penetration stuff that helps you find stuff? Does there stuff like that for like dinosaurs coming up?
Honestly, I do not know.
Oh, okay.
Now, we're right here. We're real near Florissant Fossil Beds National Monument, about 30 minutes down the way.
Nice.
If you go there, or any of the docks that have the black in the middle, you'll see fossils but no dinosaur bones.
Oh, wow.
So if you go there, you might see fish, insects, birds, plants, and they have giant fossilized sequoia tree trunks there.
Nice.
Now, the green lights are where they're looking for dinosaurs, or there is an active working rock quarry. And a lot of times when they're pulling rock out of a rock quarry, they accidentally find dinosaur bones. The red lights are where dinosaurs have already been found. This is Denver. Morrison has the Morrison Museum, and they have Dinosaur Ridge, where you can hike right alongside dinosaur footprints, trackways. And the first Stegosaurus was found up in Morrison, and Stegosaurus is Colorado state fossil. Then down here in Canyon City, other dinosaurs have been found. They found a Stegosaurus there that was 95% complete.
Wow.
That's an amazing find. We usually find 25 to 35%. On the big Daspletosaurus and the other one, we were very lucky. We found 75% of the big one and 80% of the little ceratopsy.
Wow.
Now there's a new dinosaur museum in Canyon City, and it's called the Royal Gorge Dinosaur Experience. And our owners are friends with them, and they ordered every single cast in it from us. To open up, they ordered 42 casts, and just one of those was an 80-foot long neck.
Wow.
We built a Stegosaurus and put it in our front room. When they found out we had it, they bought it, and we took it down immediately. They're more Jurassic or more Cretaceous. So we even helped write their script.
Nice.
A lot of dinosaurs have been found there, and they bought the dinosaurs that have been found there. And the Daspletosaurus was one of them.
Nice. Nice.
Any questions about the map?
Where was Ava found on this map?
This is all of Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And we don't dig in Colorado.
Okay.
Harder to find anything on the mountain or in a pine forest. But also, we're privately owned and operated, and we do not dig on government property. But both of those dinosaurs were found in Montana. We found them in different years, but they were only 15 miles apart from each other.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool.
Now, when we're out in the field and we find a dinosaur, we need to bring it back here safely. So, once the fossil is uncovered and we know how far the bones go out, we take a chainsaw with a special blade and dig a trench all the way around. When that rock is removed, the fossil is kind of up on a pedestal and it's ready for its field jacket. So we cover all the bones with foil, just foil from the kitchen, so nothing will stick. And then we dip burlap bag material into wet plaster, cover it, and it hardens like a cast. Then we loosen the ground from underneath with crowbars and different tools, turn it over, and this is how we bring it back.
Wow.
Want to pass that?
It's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah. We always take the flatbed trailer and the bobcat because some of these weigh tons. We brought back a Triceratops skull and a field jacket that weighed 1,500 pounds.
How much?
1,500 pounds. It had all the rock around it. After it was restored, it had a lot of metal on the back of the frill. And then even with the metal, it weighed 600 pounds.
Wow.
So that was the rock causing it to weigh that much.
Wow.
Jacob restored that Triceratops, And then we were going to sell it. And I said, how do you feel about selling it? You've been working on it for a really long time. He said, oh, I'm fine with that. And we sold it. And I said, Jacob, how long did you work on it? And he said, I would work on it for a while and then go work on something else. But I would come back to it. And I kept track of my time. And he kind of rolled his eyes and he said, Wendy, it was 2.5 years of my life.
Wow. Wow.
Now this is a real dinosaur bone. The brown is the bone and the gray around it is the rock. This is unusual, but this is a root of some kind coming up through it.
It's real?
Yes, this is real. So in the back lab, we need to remove the rock from the bone. And we do that with kind of a mini sandblasting machine. It sprays out something kind of like baking soda, and that doesn't hurt the dinosaur bone, but it loosens the rock from the bone, and then the rock just flies away and lands on the bottom of the blast box. Now sometimes a piece of the dinosaur bone will fly away, or if they're working on a rib of a fish and it breaks, we glue it back together real quickly with paleo glue, and that glue sets up just like super glue for dinosaurs.
Wow.
This is a very time-consuming, tedious process.
Wow. Can I touch it?
Not this one, but there is a lot to touch, and I even have 2 real bones you can
Oh,
touch.
cool. Maybe that's like a disease or something in the bone.
No, it's a root of a plant. You can see one here also,
Oh yeah.
and there, and here.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh, that's cool. Like it just grew in it, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now let's go down to this duck bill.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're called duck bills only because they're how the ducks feel. They're also called the cattle of the Cretaceous because they traveled in herds like the cattle do. This one is a little juvenile that we found in Wyoming. Its name is Little John.
Little
Dinosaur
John.
gets a nickname by whoever calls it. Now these, let's see if it says. It was found in a quarry. I don't know what part. In the Lance Formation. 66.
Wow, I wish I could live 66 million years.
Now these dinosaurs were plant eaters, and they had row after row after row of teeth in their mouth. They even had a set of teeth on top of another set, and when they would grind one set down, they would have another set ready to go. Do you want to guess how many teeth are in the mouth? It's more than 500.
667 teeth.
It's even more than 700. A little less than 1,000. 900 teeth in the mouth.
Wow, good job.
Dinosaurs got teeth all throughout their lives. They never stopped getting them. Any questions about Little John?
Does Little John was he found with any brothers or sisters or
They
siblings?
usually are found in herds because they traveled in herds.
Cool.
And they're found with the elderly and the young and all the different ages. But honestly, with this particular one, I'm not sure what else we found when we found it.
Cool.
But the reason we have mostly duck-billed dinosaur bones laying around and triceratops bones laying around is because we usually do find extra bones because they did travel.
Nice.
Now, I'm going to tell you the characteristics that make a dinosaur a dinosaur. Just look at this dinosaur here. They carry their legs underneath their bodies, not off to the side. Their necks are all curved. Their tails are long, at least a third the length of their body. They all walked on their tiptoes. The females all laid eggs, and they lived on the land. There's only one dinosaur that we think is an exception to that, and it is Spinosaurus. Because the Spinosaurus was found in Africa. Did you read about that? Yeah. And see a documentary on it? Or?
I watched the documentary.
I did too. And it's amazing, but it was found with webbed feet.
Wow.
So we think that Spinosaurus was the only dinosaur that probably lived most of the time in the water and could even go down and catch fish in the water.
Wow. That's nice. Did this I heard that I heard about dinosaurs having feathers. Did this have feathers?
We only know for sure if a dinosaur has feathers or not if they're found with fossilized feathers or the quill knobs in the bone to where the flight feathers would have gone into the bone. This raptor right here was found with those quill knobs coming all the way down the arm.
Wow.
So we think that We know that it at least had feathers all the way down the line. Most all of the raptors have been found with feathers.
Wow. Because I heard that Jurassic Park doesn't really do a good description on portraying dinosaurs.
We love those shows, and we talk about those shows on our tour, and we watch them over and over and over. But we love to pick out what they did that was incorrect. The Velociraptor is not this big. The Velociraptor is smaller than that little Dromaeosaurus right there.
Oh, wow.
Let's talk about this one. These Dromaeosauruses are attacking a different type of duckbill called a Hypacrosaurus. Now these are closely related to Velociraptor. They have the killing claw that they held up. They have teeth for eating meat. They hunted in packs like wolves do, and they've been found with feathers.
Oh, nice.
And I know they're going to win this time. The Velociraptor is actually smaller than this little Dromaeosaurus in reality.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we had a debate earlier. Would it be easier to get away from like one of these or like one of the big? Because these come in packs.
Yes, and they can run fast. T-Rex wasn't a real, well, the Tyrannosaurus. This one's T-Rex over here. The Tyrannosaurus, like T-Rex, we think would run in a burst of speed. So you could probably outrun a T-Rex, and if it was two of you running, you could definitely outrun a T-Rex if you tripped the other. We think they could only go about 10 to 20 miles per hour in a burst of speed, and then they hit your wrist.
Not that bad.
Faster than me? Cool. And what's that little one up there, the little flying one?
These are flying reptiles or pterosaurs, and there are all different species. But we call them flying reptiles or pterosaurs. They're not flying dinosaurs, they're in a category all of their own. They're not pterodactyls. This one is Dimorphodon. This one over here is Pterodactyl. This one is Nyctosaurus. Now, most of the flying reptiles were long-distance flyers over oceans and lakes and rivers. And we think they could slip down into the water and catch fish to eat. We even think they had a pouch that didn't fossilize, kind of like a pelican. And when they were on land, they could fold their bat-like wings up, and then they could walk on their 4 feet. With widgets in the middle of the wings. You see them? Nyctosaurus, though, doesn't have that. So we think that Nyctosaurus was kind of like an albatross bird, sleeping while gliding and hardly ever moved. The largest flying reptile that has ever been found is Quetzalcoatlus. And we've got 2 Quetzalcoatluses over here. Now, almost everything in our museum is the size that we found it.
Oh, wow.
We had to scale those down to get them in here, because an adult would be able to look a giraffe in the eye, and they've been found with wingspans 30 and 40 feet wide.
Wow.
T-Rex, from the tip of the tail to the nose, is 40 feet. Can you imagine a flying reptile flying through the sky with bat-like wings of that size?
I heard that the Thunderbird is like that. If that's real. Wow.
Now, I have some long necks over here. This first one is a Brontosaurus. We didn't find it, but we restored the bones. It had been in another museum for 60 years, and back then they didn't know what we know now. And they had tried to restore the bones with cement. So we got the bones and we restored them, and sometimes our owner Mike will work it into the agreement that we can make it and sell it. So I've been here about 7 years, and I have seen 3 of these being made at 80 feet long. In fact,
Wow.
Kansas City has one of these. We sent one of them to Japan.
That's cool.
This one is a Brontosaurus. Now the unusual thing about these long necks is that they breathe through the hole in the top of their head.
Oh, wow.
This one breathed through here, and its eye was right here. This one breathed right through here with the eye being right there.
Wow.
Breathe from the top of the head.
Yeah.
So that was like their nose? Cool.
Do you remember the first Jurassic movie when the kids and the man were up in the tree and the long neck came over and sneezed on her?
Uh-huh.
Comes out right out of here.
Wow.
Have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
Wow.
And that's like that movie, The Happy Dinosaur, right? The little cartoon movie?
The little
The
one?
Good Dinosaur.
There you go, The Good Dinosaur.
Yes, it looks like this one.
Cool.
But they have the eyes there.
Nice.
Now, if you've ever seen Land Before Time, then you know who Littlefoot is.
That's my favorite.
Littlefoot was a Chimaerosaurus, and this is the leg of a Chimaerosaurus. So that is Littlefoot's little foot right back there. It's not so little, is it? It would have had a pad on the bottom of the foot that didn't fossilize, kind of like an elephant. Now these could get 60 feet long, 14 feet tall, and weigh up to 25 tons. That's an amazing size.
That is cool.
This bone in the dinosaur's leg is the humerus bone. This is the humerus bone of an even larger long neck called an ultrasauros. Now look at this picture. This bone is right here.
Oh, wow.
This is how big this dinosaur's leg would have been compared to the scientist.
Wow, he's like a little ant.
And dinosaurs grew all of their lives. As long as they were alive, they never stopped growing.
Wow.
Now, I have an egg nest to show you.
Cool.
This dinosaur laid its eggs in a circle and sat on them to keep them warm, like modern day birds do today. We kind of think these are probably oviraptor eggs from Mongolia. And when I have little kids on the tour, I always say, see this one? It hatched and it's running around the museum. They start looking all over it for it.
Go find it. Is this a cast or?
This is a cast of a real egg nest. And the oviraptors were, when they were first being found, they were named oviraptor because we thought they were stealing other dinosaurs' eggs. Oviraptor means egg thief. Then later on, they started finding whole oviraptors fossilized right on top of their egg nest. So now we know those really were their own eggs.
Wow.
That name was there.
Nice.
Now on the way to T-Rex, I have some real Triceratops bones to show you. Scientists do not think that the dinosaurs were very intelligent, and they go by brain-to-body ratio. Triceratops' small little brain went right down in this hole right here.
Wow.
This is a rib, a backbone, a hip bone.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is part of the
Besides, the
head.
brain is the size of a walnut.
Now, Triceratops had a big bony frill that came around and it protected the neck from T-Rex teeth. And we know for sure that T-Rex like to eat Triceratops because that's what you find in the bellies and in the coprolite, the poop. You find other T-Rexes and Triceratops. Now, the right brow horn is missing. It would have been about this long. Scientists know that the Triceratopses would fight back because some of the T-Rexes had had injuries that scientists think are from the bones, from the horns of Triceratops. See this right here is where the eye would have been.
Oh, wow. It's a big eye.
Now, on our way to T-Rex, there's a real T-Rex shin bone, and you can touch it. It is original. We have a varnish on it called Binac, so the oils from your hands can't hurt it.
This is real?
This is real. Then we're going to talk about T-Rex next, so come on around.
Shin.
Yeah, I wish my shin bone was this strong.
Wow.
Never get injured like that.
Every dinosaur gets a nickname, and this one's nickname is Stan. So look up there and say, hi, Stan.
Hi, Stan.
Over 40 T-Rexes have been found, and Stan is one of the largest.
Wow.
Sue in the Field Museum in Chicago is the largest, most complete, and Sue is 2 feet longer and 1 foot taller than Stan. Sue. I hear people on my tours have told me that they've taken those bones down for cleaning this summer. So, if anyone wants to join my tour, please do. You can join my tour if you'd like. Now, the T-Rexes were real fighters. They fought with each other, and they even ate each other.
Wow.
And when you find them...
Cannibals?
They've had broken bones that healed, but they did not die from. This T-Rex, Stan's head had been broken and healed. The ribs had been broken and healed. The neck had been broken. I don't know how an animal can break its neck and live through it, but this one did. And Stan has a hole in the back of the head the size of a T-Rex tooth with part of the back of the head ripped off. So we think Stan died from that last bite to the head, but Stan didn't die right away. Scientists could see some healing in scar tissue. So we think Stan died a little bit later from a brain infection.
Wow.
Doing it for life.
Did you guys find any Kuru disease in them?
This T-Rex, we did not find the Black Hills Institute on this one,
Okay.
but on that Discletosaurus over there, we found that one in Montana, and it had osteoporosis, gout, a lung infection that spread into the ribs, and we think that one just laid down and died of natural causes.
Yeah.
But this one had a lot of broken bones, and I'm not sure about any other kind of illnesses this one had because we didn't find it.
Cool.
So, now, Jurassic Park will say stand still and he can't see you, but he could see very, very well. Animals with eyes right in front of their heads had very good vision. Stan could probably see about like a modern day hawk.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you stand in front of a T-Rex, it would smell you, it would see you, smell you, and then eat you with no problem. And they could bite right through bone. They had a bite force that could reach up to 3,000 pounds per square inch. So they could just chomp up a triceratops and swallow the bones.
Wow.
No problem. Now this dinosaur is using the lower set of ribs called the gastralia. And that's because predators probably carried them off or a river. Now, scientists still debate if they were scavengers or predators. And we think they were both. We think it would have taken a lot to feed this creature, so we think they hunted down part of their prey as a predator, but would not pass up a dead dinosaur laying on the ground either. This is a cast of a T-Rex tooth. This part would have been in the gums, and that would be the tooth part shown. The real one would have teeny tiny serrations on each side, like a steak knife. But remember, they didn't have to be that sharp because T-Rex had a bite force that could reach up to 3,000 pounds per square inch. Now this is the lightweight resin that we make these dinosaurs out of. So feel how light that is, and if you want to, get your picture in.
Hold it next to your hand. Hold it next to your hand. Oh, lovely.
Sheesh. Ooh, bit right through it.
These are light.
Wow.
We know. So how heavy would these be, like, if they were made out of regular bone?
If that were real, it would be heavy like a rock. This is about 1/10 of what the weight would be.
Wow.
I want to show you guys, since you're filming, I want to show you how heavy a real bone is. So come with me this way. Now, don't touch the brown part, but put your hands under there, under here, and try to lift that.
Oh, that's a heavy bone.
There's
Wow.
no bone left. It's fossilized. The minerals have taken over all the bone.
It's not a joke,
Is all the camera?
Ready to try it?
Yeah, I want to try.
Don't touch any of the brown part.
It's heavy.
Shirley?
No, not even gonna check.
That is like super heavy.
Now you
Wow.
understand why the lightweight cast is so important.
That's true.
Now let's go talk about Pachycephalosaurus.
All right.
One of those big T-Rex teeth would be like, maybe like 3 pounds total.
It'd be, I do not know.
But it's like close.
It's 1/10 of what the real one would be. So if it were, I don't know. Okay, come this way. This is Pachycephalosaurus. In English, that means thick-headed lizard. Now, in the past, 3 skulls of Pachys have been found. And scientists could see 6 to 8 inches of solid dome on the top of the head. So of course they would think they were head batters, much like our bighorn sheep or our rams. But our owner Mike found the first skeleton ever of a Pachycephalosaurus. And for the first time, we could see the neck bones. They're too small. Butting their heads would have broken their necks. So now we think they may have used that bone just to butt the soft tissue underbelly of another dinosaur, knocking the breath out of it in a fight.
Wow.
So with paleontology, we give you the best scientific information we have today, and that can change tomorrow, depending on what is found.
True that. True. Wow.
Now here we have a duck-billed dinosaur's humerus bone, and this is real, and you can touch it. And over here, this is how rough a duck-billed dinosaur's skin is.
Excuse me. Wow.
What is it? It's skin?
Uh-huh.
Skin of a duck-billed dinosaur. Now there are different kinds of fossilization. If it's wood, it's called petrification, so we call it petrified wood. If it's a dinosaur bone like this one, it's called permineralization. If you find the skin or organs, and you do that commonly with Ice Age animals, it's called mummification. Well, only a handful of dinosaurs have ever been found mummified, but this is one that was found in Montana. Its name is Leonardo, if you want to look it up on the internet. 90% covered in fossilized skin impressions, muscle and ligament impressions. The fossilized pads were on the feet, and stomach contents were also found.
Wow. What was in his stomach contents?
I do know that sometimes they will find conifer needles in their stomachs, and twigs and branches,
Oh, okay.
and plants. They chewed and ground the plants.
Wow. So they didn't eat meat?
No.
No meat?
These are herbivores.
Okay. Cool.
Over here we have footprints, and footprints have been found all over the world. This is a long-necked footprint. We do not know which species, but we do know it is a long-neck, and it's a juvenile because they're very close together.
Wow.
That is the T-Rex right there. That's the largest T-Rex print ever found, and it was found by Martin Lockley of CU at Denver.
Wow.
New Mexico border, huh?
Wow.
Now we're going to leave the dino hall and see giant fish and sea creatures. Does anyone have any questions before we leave the dino hall?
Mm-mm.
So like, these were not living dinosaurs. Were there any that were similar to that and were able to have
I do not know. Someone asked me that on my last tour about that little one right there, because that is a different type of Apache. And this big one is an artist's idea of what a Pachycephalosaurus could have looked like. It's just a guess on the color, but I think it looks pretty complete myself, because this is the skull, and the hornlets would have been longer like this because they would have been covered with the keratin type material, making them longer. Now, almost everything in the marine ring we found in Kansas. So come on in and look up. Right above us is Tylosaurus prorigor. This is a mosasaur, and it's the largest mosasaur ever found. From the tip of the tail to the snout, it's 45 feet long. This was found in 1911 by a man named C.D. Bunker, so its nickname is Bunker Tylosaur.
Nice.
Now, the bones were put in the basement of the University of Kansas and not seen for 86 years. And our owner Mike was down in the basement, and he rediscovered the bones, and with the permission of the university, brought it back here and took it through the restoration, molding, casting, and painting process. So we have this lightweight cast for you to see today.
Nice.
And the real bones went back to Kansas, and they are mounted in a museum in Lawrence, Kansas, with a whole lot of heavy metal structure all the way around to keep them up. The mosasaurs were very, very plentiful. There's different species of them, but they all have two things in common. They have a second set of teeth in the top of the mouth called pterygoid teeth, and they're curled back. So anything entering that mouth is not going to be able to escape, and struggling might even cause it to go down the throat quickly. And then they have a double-hinged jaw that opens up much, much wider, so they can swallow much larger prey.
Wow. That's cool.
Do you have any questions about mosasaurs?
So like look at the inside teeth. Yeah.
Can you see the pterygoid teeth in it?
Inside.
Yeah. You can see them here too if you look real closely. There's a whole set of extra teeth in the middle.
Oh yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Now, who likes sharks?
Megalodon. The new movie coming out. Is it tomorrow? Cool.
This is Megalodon, the largest of the sharks ever. Megalodon did not live during the time of the dinosaurs and lived way after them. And their bodies are never found because they're made of cartilage, and cartilage, like your nose and your ear, does not easily fossilize. On this Cratoxy-rhino shark, though, we found the whole backbone, the teeth, and part of it. Now, the megalodons, we think could get up to 50 feet and weigh up to 50 tons. We think they were whale eaters.
Wow.
And the reason you find so many shark's teeth on the beaches is because a shark can have 3,000 teeth in its mouth at one time and 30,000 over a lifetime. Now, would you guys like to get back there and get your... Any questions?
Have you guys, has any of them been found still alive, or are they extinct?
Shark Week thinks they're still alive, but we think Megalodon went extinct because of changes in the water temperature or changes in their food supply. Some scientists think that there's a possibility that they could have kept getting smaller and smaller and they could be the great whites we have today.
Nice. Nice. That's cool. And how many babies would they have up at one time?
Not now. I don't know.
Wow. That's interesting. Cool.
Now over here we have a xiphactinus fish. And we make this and send it all over the world. And if you go to any museum anywhere in the world and you see fish with their ribs coming around like this xiphactinus or this Heterorhizodus,
Wow.
or this Protospirena, they are from us. We're the only ones in the world that take and do the time-consuming, tedious work of making the flat ribs 3D again.
Wow. That's cool.
And here we have the largest xiphactinus fish ever found. We found this in Kansas, and these are the real bones.
Ooh. That's cool.
I always ask the kids, who wants to count the ribs? Now the best part of the tour is the backtrack. We're going to get to see them working. It's not break time. Some of them are out on a dig. 2 of them are out on a dig. I'm not sure what state they're in right now. But this is the largest paleontology lab in the United States. It goes from the TV down there clear to the end of the gift shop.
Wow.
These are our owners, Mike and JJ Trebold with Trebold Paleontology. Mike is a self-taught paleontologist.
Nice.
He started as an amateur fossil hunter and found so many great finds he became world known. And what got him started was he was crop dusting in Kansas and he looked out of the airplane window and down in the farmer's field were the uncovered bones of a fish. That's what got him started. Now paleontologists from all over the world consult with him. And this is a family business. The son-in-law works back here. He's upstairs taking care of sales now. And his wife just retired, but their daughter took over the office.
Cool.
And their granddaughter works in the summers when she's out of college. They're very nice people, and everyone that works here loves their jobs, and that says a lot about the owners.
That's true.
Now, this is a perfect example of how we restore the bones. This is a big leg, this is a leg of a Thescelosaurus, and it's a very big Thescelosaurus. But you can see if there's a crack or a hole, we fill it with the gray putty. If it needs to be built up like this, we build it up with the gray putty. There's 2 toes down there that were missing their sides, so those were built up with the putty. And then these heavy, real, original bones go down to the molding department. And they start with a bottom of clay. And they put the real bone in there. And then they make a wall of clay. And then they pour in the silicone rubber. So they have the real bone inside silicone. When they also use a piece of a dowel to have a pouring area. So when they take the real bone out, they can take those molds, screw them together really, really tight or clamp them, pour in the 2-part resin. It will harden, and then we put them all together with welding and metal tubing.
Nice.
And then once they have it exactly the way they want it, they have put it together in sections. They take it apart, and then they build big wooden crates and secure the bones to the sides of the crate, and then call the shipping company to take it anywhere in the world.
Nice. That's cool.
Now we have these blast boxes all over the lab. The techs can put their hands through the holes and look through the glass like Grace is over here.
Oh, cool.
And she's working on real bones. She's removing rock from real bones. And it's a very time-consuming, tedious work. She goes on all the digs, and she has a degree in paleontology and archaeology. No, geology. Paleontology and geology. And she's been on 2 digs already this summer.
Nice.
Sometimes she has her face laying down and she's concentrating so hard and all. And people will ask me, is she asleep? Because she's just so still and not moving. So on the last dig to Montana, they found a duck-billed dinosaur, I'm not sure which kind, and they found a ceratopsian. These are the ceratopsian bones right here. You can see one horn. And then all of these bones in the middle of the table are also the duck-bill and the ceratopsian bones. Not even out of their field jackets. This is a dolphin that they've been working on. And all of those crates that you see that go clear up to the ceiling, those hold our molds. So the way this would work, that one that says Albert, that's an Albertosaurus, and that is a Tyrannosaur that lived before T-Rex. So they'd get the molds down, take them to the pouring and painting room, screw them together really good, pour in the resin, let them harden, bring them back to these guys that work in this area and put them all together with welding and metal tubing.
Cool.
It's an amazing lab. Now if you look closely, you can look through the shelves and you can see the ribs of a giant sloth from the Ice Age.
Oh, cool.
Now you have to get on the internet to really see what all we offer, because we offer more than what's on the floor. But the floor is like a showroom. So if they don't have, if we get the order from another museum and they don't have time to make it, they pull it from the floor. If we get the order maybe for an 80-foot long mic and the museum isn't even built yet, we make it early and put it on the floor. So everything in our museum changes all the time.
I seen a giant sloth, the bones of a giant sloth on display at the Hemet in California, on the floor there. That was cool. That's super huge.
That's probably what they're making in there.
Wow.
Our work is in over 175 museums around the world.
Wow. Wow.
Now, does anyone have any questions about the back lab?
Can we walk in there?
No. I wish I could take you in there. I really do.
No, that's
Now,
it.
be sure and watch the 8-minute movie down here. It shows us digging up that Daspletosaurus, and it shows them working in here, putting the new little ceratopsian in the mouth.
Cool.
So it plays over and over every 8 minutes. If you have time, it's really good.
Nice.
And if you have time to fill out the comment card, please do.
Okay.
And put my name, Lindy.
Lindy.
On there. So thank you for coming. I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
giving you the tour.
Thank you, Lindy. Hey, beautiful.
You found a new friend?
Why not? Thank you. It's okay. What? Oh. You're okay. You guys ready? Yeah. Let's do it.
Do you link for your YouTube?
I don't think these are.
With Pete, when we've done that, it turns out that it was about 22 to 24 years old. So this animal has various things like dish in its spine, which is where the ligaments start to turn to bone and all fuse together. It's got avulsed tendons. It's got weird things on its ribs too that originally we thought were breaks, but it turns out that it looks like it had a lung infection before it died as well. We actually think that we have the last meal of Pete preserved with this animal too. The only other dinosaur bone fossil that was found in this was a duck-billed dinosaur lower jawbone in the chest cavity of the animal. When we collect these dinosaurs, we pick up all kinds of other fossils with it, and in this case, we've picked up a bunch of plants as well. Almost all of them are medicine, right? They're almost like cycads. So we're showing that.
You don't want to go on the guided tour?
Well, if you want. They don't want to go, but we can do it.
Let's do it.